ஓம் பிரபன்ன பாரிஜாதாய தோத்ரவேத்ரைகபாணயே ஞானமுத்ராய கிருஷ்ணாய கீதாமிருததுஹே நமஹ. நேஹாபிக்ரமநாசோஸ்தி பிரத்யவாயோ ந வித்யதே ஸ்வல்பமப்யஸ்ய தர்மஸ்ய த்ராயதே மஹதோ பயாத். Bhagavan Shri Krishna talks about the greatness, glory and significance of Karma Yoga. Before entering into the verse, we have to understand what is Karma Yoga. Bhagavan has blessed us with three instruments: Manaha, Vak, Kayam, mind, words and body. We do actions through these three instruments. In this worldly life, we have desires to achieve certain things. We do actions driven by those desires. Shastra helps to channelize and refine our desires. We do actions using the instruments of mind, words and body. And we get the results of those actions. We get worldly pleasures as a result of our actions. Those who don't have Shraddha in Shastras work only for material and sense pleasures. Those who have Shraddha in the Vedic scriptures, to a certain extent, think that they should earn money and enjoy sense pleasures in a dharmic way. This intention comes only through the scriptures. It is not just habitual. Even if certain practices are inherited and followed, one needs to have a sound knowledge about what one is doing. Then alone, those practices will have life and meaning. What do the scriptures say? The scriptures point out that you can have desires for money and sense pleasures, but you should seek them in a dharmic way, ethical way, morally and legally. Thus, if our actions are in alignment with dharma, and if we are earning money and sense pleasures as results, there is nothing wrong in it. Doing actions in such a manner, in a dharmic way, and being desirous of the results is known as sakama dharmanushthanam. One who has Shraddha in the Shastras and is willing to lead his life in a dharmic way can earn money and enjoy sense pleasures in this life, and also can enjoy sense pleasures in Swargaloka, also in another body. By doing those punya karmas prescribed by the Shastram and avoiding those papa karmas enlisted by them, one can get punyam and as a result get money, comforts and sense pleasures. This is known as sakama dharmanushthanam. At all levels, Ishvara Bhakti is very, very important. All the punya karmas should be done keeping in mind the Supreme Lord, who is the creator, sustainer and resolver of this entire creation. As one does these punya karmas, though expecting the results, the person will gradually gain mental maturity. We will slowly start realizing that money and sense pleasures do not give ultimate happiness. Through Ishvara Bhakti and punya karmas, our mind will become mature enough to have viveka, discrimination and vairagyam, dispassion. After getting this viveka and vairagyam, one will not abruptly stop doing karmas. In fact, one should not give up karmas at that stage. He will continue to do the same punya karmas, but will not seek worldly sense pleasures. He would have realized that these sense pleasures are blended with pain, they do not bring satisfaction, and they have enslaving capacity. Thus, we don't get peace of mind from these sense pleasures. This realization comes as a result of punyam done for a length of time. But after realizing this, we don't give up our actions. We continue to work, but our attitude changes. We pray, "O Bhagavan, I don't need these sense pleasures in this world or the other world. I need peace of mind. I need knowledge for that. Knowledge of my true nature, my relationship with the world and you. For gaining that knowledge, I need mental purity. I want to work for attaining a pure mind." Shastra warns that one should never give up one's actions and duties until one gains mental purity and maturity. Even if one does not have interest in worldly pleasures, one should not give up one's duties. Doing actions in a dharmic way without desirous of results is known as Nishkama Dharmanushthanam. Nishkama Dharmanusthana alone is popularly known as Karma Yoga. Sakama Dharmanusthana, which is generally done for getting worldly pleasures and other reasons, is known as Karma. This Sakama Karma can be considered as Karma Yoga. If the actions strictly follow Dharma and the karmas are as per one's Swadharma, and Nishkama Dharmanusthana, which is done without expecting worldly pleasures and with an intention to gain mental purity, which also is the qualification for self-knowledge, is known as Karma Yoga. In this verse, Bhagavan Sri Krishna glorifies Karma Yoga, which is done with an intention of getting Chitta Shuddhi, mental purity. Iha, in this Nishkama Dharmanusthana, that is, Karma Yoga done with Ishwararpana Buddhi, dedicating one's actions to Bhagavan. Abhikramanashaha nasti. One's effort never goes waste. Pratyavayo na vidyate. No problems will arise due to mistakes. When we are doing certain karmas, we may miss certain steps in the procedures. It is known as Angavaikalyam. Generally, when we do any action, we have to do it perfectly without flaws. If we make any mistake, we have to face the consequences also. A small mistake can even lead to loss of life. But in Karma Yoga, such problems or evil effects will not arise. Any karma done with an expectation of worldly pleasures, even if it is done perfectly, will give results only in due course. We may not get immediate results. But if we do the same karma without expecting worldly pleasures, we will get the results quickly. Bhagavan shows the difference between karmas done with an intention of getting worldly benefits and those done for getting mental purity. Those karmas which are done for getting mental purity are also mentioned as karmas done without expectations. There is nothing wrong in saying that because it is karmas done without expecting worldly results. Those karmas which are prescribed for us and done with Ishwararpana Buddhi and with an intention of getting mental purity will never go waste because the karma may not give immediate result. Even if the result comes, we will not get carried away by it. If we don't get the result, we will not be bothered because we do not expect worldly results. But mental purity will keep on increasing and thus these karmas never go waste. For example, consider a salesman or any businessman who is doing his actions sincerely, putting all efforts with this attitude of karma yoga. If there is good business, he is going to offer it to Bhagavan. If the business is poor, he will take it also as Ishvara Prasada. But a karmi who is expecting results will grieve if he does not get proper results. A person who does Nishkama Dharmanusthana, even if it does not get desired results, will take it as an opportunity to attain mental maturity. Actions done with an intention of gaining mental maturity will never go waste. Whenever intention is noble, mistakes will not disturb our unflinching focus towards mental maturity. On the other hand, if we do our actions with expectations, mistakes will bring ill effects. Here in Karma Yoga, even if we commit some mistakes due to carelessness, it will not bring any ill effects. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. Even if we do this Nishkama Dharmanusthana with Ishwararpana Buddhi for a short duration, Mahato Bhayat Trayate. It will protect and liberate us from the fear of samsara. How does it liberate? Karma Yoga gives mental purity and mental maturity, which are the necessary qualifications for gaining self-knowledge. By this, one gets Brahma-Atma Ikya Jnanam, knowledge about the oneness of the self and ultimate reality. That Advaita Jnanam gained through Shastra Vichara under a Sampradaya with Guru will liberate us from identifying with the body and from the cycle of birth and death. It will remove the individuality totally and we overcome samsara. Thus, this verse talked about the glory of Karma Yoga. If we do our actions with this attitude of Karma Yoga, our efforts will never go waste, mistakes will not affect us. Even if little is done, it will bring greater results. Those actions done with the attitude of karma, expecting the results, will give the opposite results. In short, we have to understand that Karma Yoga is that attitude with which we can convert karma into moksha sadhana, means of liberation. Neha bhikrama nashosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. My prayerful blessings to all of you. Hari Om.